Hello everybody, how's everybody doing today? It's Thursday, and if it's Thursday, that must mean it's garbage day. That's a fact. Oh look, Maggoty Trader Green's bicycle seat. Who knew that would be there, right? So yeah, today is garbage day, so we have some stuff we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about Maggoty Trader, in case you hadn't realized. So if you're new to my channel, I want to say thank you very much. If you're a hangers-on, love ya. Love you. Bunches. So yeah, there's that. Never done a video like this before, but we'll see how it goes. Well, I've done a garbage one, just not this walking and talking with my my stick here. We just have one more stop to make. And we have to let Vivi out if she wants to come out. Viv, you want to come outside? Vivi, come see Mommy. Oh, here she comes. Here she comes. Let me turn this around. Okay, monkey, let's go. There you go. Alright, time to turn around. Well, I'll get good at this one day. I'm just not sure when. Just not sure when. Okay. Are you ready? Are you ready, Freddy? Okay. Is that crooked? You stay here with me? She wants to wander, that girl. So we'll put the bird feeders in there and see if anybody's brave enough to show up with us there. Okay, so Maggoty Trader Ween. This lady was out there browbeating everybody to vote for this giant billionaire bullshit bill. She wanted everybody out there. You gotta vote for the president's bill. Get the president's bill. Get the president's bill. You gotta pass it. We all voted for it. So she's browbeating everybody. But here's the thing. She didn't even read it. She didn't read it. She tried to say, oh, I didn't read those 2 pages. You didn't read the other 998 either. There was 1,000 pages there. Yeah, you didn't read any of them, Marge. You just see Republican and that's what you're supposed to. You don't give a shit what's in it. You really don't. And I'll tell you why. You go after women's rights and you go after the freedom to choose, all in the name of Republican cheese fuss. Ooh, a big black one there. You would think you just scored a big winning blow for Planned Parenthood, but all you turned out looking like is a poster child for birth control. You thought that you would just pony up against every bill that would starve, injure, or orphan children. You voted against all of that. You voted against feeding children and seniors. How disgusting do you have to be to do that? Seriously, how disgusting. But yeah, you voted against all that stuff, and in your district you have 160,000 kids that Medicare and Medicaid will help. But do you care? No, because you're an old rich bitch and you don't need the money. You can afford to look after your kids and have them all on health care and stuff like that, while Perry pays you child support because he got the job that your father didn't think you were good enough to have, Maggoty. Just saying. That's my opinion. So yeah, you thought you'd just pony up and vote against all those bills that Joe Biden and everybody else put in. You voted against every single one and screeched and hollered, we're not spending that money on this and we're not spending that money. But now that this big billionaire bullshit bill comes, you're out there browbeating everybody that it could happen. And by the way, seeing as you're a congresswoman, not just in your district, you are a United States Congresswoman for all of Georgia. And all of Georgia has, back in 2023, because I can't find any newer statistics, 2,836,597 or thereabouts children under the age of 20. But sure, yours will be fine. this humanoid voted against $9.3 million in federal funding in her own district. Nice, right? And she is really proud of it too. You know, the way the airports are falling apart and stuff like that, and Pete Buttigieg went out on the trail to find out all these things that needed to be done. All the things that needed to be done. And as the transport guy, he shored up deals to get the stuff done. And bring long overdue improvements to her district. Most of the stuff that they did were in red districts, right? Now, I can't say why she would turn that down. Well, I can, and I'm going to, but other than the fact that it was the Joe Biden's infrastructure bill. That, by the way, only took 10 months to get to his desk. Didn't have to push it off every 2 weeks, just like repeal and replace every 2 weeks. We got a new one every 2 weeks. Yep, in 2 weeks you'll have that. That infrastructure bill, that was a big, beautiful bill. That was a big, beautiful bill. And maybe she didn't like it because the Secretary of Transportation just happened to be a gay guy. And oh Jesus, no, that's DEI. We can't have that. Doesn't matter how you're born, though. It has a happy Pride, Pete Buttigieg. But boy, oh boy, when it came time for that groundbreaking, who was the first one there with bells on? Maggoty Trader, that's right. She was there for that $3.8 million airport extension in Floyd County, and she was also there for that $15 million water treatment facility that they made in Dade County, and several other projects, I might add, that she gladly took all the credit for, because she actually stood there and said that she secured these projects as earmarks. In the very bill that she screamed and hollered and went on like a wild banshee, she screamed against it all. We're not putting all that money out, blah, 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 even though it's for her own people. The Democrats call that maneuver a vote no, but take the dough. Isn't that always the way with them? This way, she gets to vote no to appease all those Republicans in Congress, right? The Republican caucus and everything. She gets to save face. But that same Republican caucus there, the Freedom Committee, they threw her ass to the curb. They threw her out. And then all she wanted to do was have something to brag about. So she took credit for it. Even though she didn't do it, she knows. So, according to Yahoo News, Brian Metzger, March 2024, see, I don't know how she went back and explained this to her constituents when Pete Buttigieg and Joe Biden showed up in her district and told them that these were all approved and these improvements were coming. So how could she take credit for it? Because she said that after they were breaking ground, that it was her idea. So anyway, she told them all those improvements were her idea because she didn't earmark shit. You know when they say you've got egg on your face? She had a whole carton of eggs on her big face. And at today's prices, whew, that could be costly. Did she make nice? Not friggin' likely, not even a little bit. And this humanoid from Georgia, who claims to be a good Christian nationalist, she's a mom, she loves her 3 kids, but yours, not so much. Because she voted against Medicaid, that just so happens to pay for 45% of all the births in the United States of America, and she voted against funding the agencies that administer Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid, and voted against expanding Medicare. She voted against it. Now, she must really hate seniors because she voted against allowing the government to negotiate lower drug prices. Joe Biden wanted to get more drugs on that list and lower them to almost 20 medications. And they would have all happened in January 2025. But guess what else happened in January 2025? That's right. The Mango Moose Knuckle swore in, not on a Bible. And he got sworn in on the 21st. And what did he do? One of the first days he was sitting there, he had stacks of folders there for executive orders, like Does he order them off from Amazon or something? I mean, there's tons of them there. But he went and XO'd that with his stubby little fingers wrapped around his little Sharpie. But you know, I was thinking, like, shouldn't he be signing that in ink because it's a legal document? Oh, no, it's not a legal document. It's just something that he likes to do. None of it's legal. That's why the shit goes to court, and that's why judges are slapping his ass down, because he's breaking constitutional law. He's screwing with the Constitution, and these judges don't like it. So she actually voted against a spending bill which would expand telehealth, you know, service for Medicaid. Yeah, where seniors and disabled people get to talk to somebody on the telephone so they don't have to go out. If they have something serious enough, they get a nurse practitioner on the phone and they'll tell them where to go, if they need to go anywhere or what else they can do instead, or any paperwork they're having with their Medicare, Medicaid stuff. Yeah, they'll tell them what to do and how to give them tips on what to do on their medical issues. This rich white woman, though, Taco, has almost doubled her bank account in almost 4 months. She was already worth a pretty penny because she's been doing this stuff all along. She was never good enough to chair a real committee. But then old Leon came along with the Doge bags there, and they threw her a bone, and we know she likes bones. And she became the chair of the Doge subcommittee. She became the chair. Guess it was a step up from the bike. Just saying. According to Newsweek's Martha McCurdy, Maggie Trader is attacking GOP members for sabotaging the party's slim House margin. Well, that's too bad. Maybe you should wake your people up and they might show up to vote. 2 of them stayed asleep. I don't think they were sleeping, though. They just want to go back to their district and say, I didn't vote for that shit. Trust me, I didn't vote for that. Slim is right because it only passed by 1 vote. Now she's on her knees to everybody, begging to make her relevant and trying to shame the rest of them into raising the national debt to almost $5 trillion for the Moose Knuckles bullshit bill for billionaires. She would make over $390,000 if that tax cut thing goes through with, for entertainment purposes only, and her inside trading that her and Pam Bondi were doing. I think there's an investigation into that. That won't go anywhere because it's Pam Bondi, right? And Shady Pants, in my opinion, and countless others. That's what they did. Now, I'm pretty sure, Marjorie, that there's an indictment in there for you somewhere. You like to say that. An indictment. Yeah, there's one in your future. There's a lot in your past, too. And this is hilarious. From The Independent, Katie Hawkin, this humanoid from Georgia, she put out a poll on X and asked users if they would still vote for Republicans in 2026 if they failed to deliver on Trump's promises of no tax on tips, overtime, and Social Security. I don't think Social Security is in the bill, however, so there'd be none of that. 84% of the users said no, they wouldn't. Because if you go on X, in my opinion, about 84% of the people on there are MAGA, MAGAites, MAGA idiots, and people who don't realize what actually is, or more importantly, isn't in that bill. Because they didn't read it either. I did, and I'm a Canadian, for Christ's sake. It's more importantly to just put that out there and see what comes back, right? Well, let's see what karma does to you, because whatever you put out there comes back to you threefold, just saying. She said not delivering the president's campaign promises of no tax on tips, overtime, and Social Security will cost Republicans in the midterms bigly. Oh, yes, Madam Karma, open up the express lane. If there's a goddess in heaven, that is going to happen. So, Maggoty Trader, you are my garbage person. Well, you always were, ever since you opened your big mouth. You have always been garbage, in my opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only, so if you're new here, love me, like me, share me, and welcome to the channel. Hangers on. Mwah. I know you'll share this. Take care of you first, so you can take care of somebody else. The forest fires up here are getting worse, by the way, and the smoke is traveling all the way across to United Kingdom. Not to mention what you fellas are going to be getting in the States soon. But anyway, take care of you. Stay indoors as much as you can if the smoke's affecting you. Stay healthy. We need you strong. We do. We need you strong. So, take care of you first so you can take care of somebody else. I love you all. Love you, love you, love you. It's too long. I got to stop.